Hey, Becky and Saul, this is a brief video that is to shed a little bit of light on Since I Fell for You. You guys are both being featured on this. What I find interesting, actually, upon studying it a little bit closer, Saul, for you, is the chord changes are dominants with very, very few alterations. And I would say that in general the head is very bluesy in nature, a lot of flat threes and flat sevens and stuff like that. So the translation I have for you is, as far as voicings go, is when you get to non-primary dominance, feel at liberty. I might encourage you to actually do this, is to treat those with altered tensions. And I think that that may fit, be a better fit with the bluesy nature of the head. So the head, obviously, after the introduction is the beginning, all the way to letter E, as in egg. And after that, at letter E, I mean, you could sort of just defer to listening to Becky and how she solos as to whether you play inside or outside. But since it's so riddled with dominant chords, the other thing you can do is just play the guide tones, and that will, that will work for anything in any situation. Saul, this is for you. First, one thing that you may want to do is allocate your left hand for guide tones and right hand for either root 5 root or right hand for like flat 9, flat 13, flat 9, something like that, where you have fourths and fifths in your right hand, guide tones in your left hand. So here's an example of the inside sound at A, 2, 3, 4. So that sort of sound where you have a very inside tensions, natural 9s, natural 13s. Here's the same thing with the outside sound. And this is really, I think, what I would encourage when you're listening to the head. Flat 9s, flat 13s, sharp 9s, that sort of stuff. Or guide tones in your left hand and parts of the blues scale in your right hand. Letter A, 2, da, ga, 3, da, ga, 4, da, da. Etc., etc., etc. So, staying out of the bass player's way, left hand doing guide tones, right hand playing altered tensions, usually in fourths, fifths, octaves, something like that. Either deliberately altered tensions or just tones from the B-flat blues scale. So when it comes time to soloing, that's the other thing, and I'll share this with both of you, and that is that if you take the chords verbatim, there's no tensions that are there. So you can, I guess if you have a very strict interpretation of those dominant chords, you're going to have a very inside sound, So for example, Becky's solo begins at letter E, and it's kind of a 1-6-2-5, at least in root, so it's a chain of dominance, B flat 7, G7, C7, F7. And if I create vocabulary that's a very inside, either arpeggio or mixolydian standpoint, I'm going to get a very inside sound. Here's 2 bars at letter E. 1, 2, 3, 4, and... Okay, one more time. You can, there's two thoughts that I have. One is if you maximize the use of the blues scale, not only will it give you a bluesy sound, but on most all of those dominant chords, you'll get kind of an outside sound. Here's the blues scale at letter E. 2, 3, 4. Etc., etc., etc. So, just some things to think about. And in summary, if you have a strict and verbatim way of interpreting these dominant chords, there's gajillions of dominant chords, and you think in terms of mixolydian, you're going to get natural 9, you're going to get natural 13, you're going to get a very inside sound. But if you marry those or loosely interpret those with blues sentimentality, your verbiage will be more earthy and street, and in the heat of the battle, those dominant chords will come across as being, and you may want to voice them that way, as being a little bit more of a kind of a, an outside sound, altered tension style thing. So hope that helps. Good luck.